Welcome to our Social Enterprise Fundamentals video series. This is the third of 3 videos in the topic of introducing social enterprise. In this video, we begin to look at the social enterprise ecosystem. The idea of a social enterprise ecosystem was developed to emphasize that any given social enterprise needs a supportive environment in which to develop and grow. Understanding the different aspects of this ecosystem can be helpful, as it enables social enterprise founders and managers to optimize the impact and sustainability of their organization. Of course, just like in nature, the social enterprise ecosystem is dynamic, so while we will mention various elements in this video, we will focus on the overall ecosystem structure and concepts, so that you can then set about exploring it for yourself and your social enterprise. All social enterprises exist within a broader ecosystem, and we know that social enterprise success is not just down to the skills and talents of the social enterprise founder or entrepreneur. Social enterprise has been found to be a much more collaborative, multi-stakeholder form of entrepreneurship than what has been observed in standard commercial contexts. We also know that social enterprises are often developed in response to a market, labour market, or social market failure, so they need a lot more support and planning to function sustainably and effectively. Of course, more stakeholders, greater collaboration, and tricky contexts all make social enterprise complex, so understanding the ecosystem you're operating in is essential. Let's take a look at different parts of the ecosystem of a social enterprise. A social enterprise exists within certain environmental conditions, such as the political and policy context, the state of the economy, and the markets in which a social enterprise operates, the place or geography, and its infrastructure and the culture and social fabric, such as the norms and values of that culture. Most importantly, a social enterprise has beneficiaries. These are the people who benefit from the social enterprise's social purpose or mission. Depending on the type of social enterprise and its business model, beneficiaries may also be customers. That is, the people buying the social enterprise's products or services. Or customers may be a separate group, with different needs and motivations. A social enterprise also requires resources, and these are provided by a suite of individuals and organisations supplying finance and funding, knowledge, support, human capital, networks and technology, for example. Resource provision may also be supported by intermediary organisations that help to act as the bridge between the social enterprise and the resources. Intermediaries connect their social enterprise with any or all of the resource providers. Noting the importance of collaborations and networks for social enterprise success, complementary organisations may be either partners that contribute to the social enterprise's social value creation process directly, such as a community service organisation that collaborates with the social enterprise to support its beneficiaries, or it might be a business partner, such as a key supplier. Competitors or organisations that compete for customers who are the main source of the social enterprise's income, and, for whatever reason, a social enterprise may also have opponents, those that do not want to see the enterprise succeed for some reason. So what does this mean for social enterprises in Victoria? Well, let's start with the environmental conditions. From a policy perspective, Victoria was the first state in Australia to have a social enterprise strategy, which was developed in 2016 to support the Victorian social enterprise sector. Queensland now also has a strategy, and there is advocacy afoot for strategies to be developed in other states and at a national level. A major product of the Victorian strategy was the Map for Impact research and report, which in 2017 estimated the number of social enterprises in Victoria and their economic contribution. From that research, we know that at a macro level, at the time, Victorian social enterprises were contributing $5.2 billion to the Victorian economy and creating 60,000 jobs for Victorians, including 12,000 jobs for people with disability, 4,000 jobs for long-term unemployed people, and 985 jobs for Indigenous Australians. We also know that social enterprise in Victoria is diverse, with a range of structures and business models and a range of social purposes, and almost half, 41%, of Victoria's social enterprises target their support towards a specific geographic community, and most of the social impact delivered by Victorian social enterprises, 84%, remains within Victoria itself. Soon after the launch of the social enterprise strategy, the Victorian government also launched their whole-of-government social procurement framework. This is significant from an ecosystem perspective because it creates opportunities for social enterprises and other forms of social purpose businesses to supply their products and services to the Victorian Government and government-funded projects, such as major infrastructure projects. There is strong agreement that social procurement presents a big opportunity for the creation of social impact through government and business spending, but it is in its infancy. Intermediary organisations, such as social traders, have shifted or increased their focus to helping social enterprises to take advantage of this opportunity. Other intermediary organisations are focused on helping social enterprises to access other resources, such as the finance or funding that they need, particularly with respect to social impact investment. These include Social Enterprise Finance Australia, or SEFA, and Social Ventures Australia's impact investing arm. Funding resources are also provided by trusts and foundations, which are philanthropic organisations. Some philanthropic organisations, such as the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation, Equity Trustees and Westpac Foundation, have a particular interest in and have, over time, provided a lot of support for social enterprises. However, it is important to note that development of a financing and funding strategy is not something to do prematurely. It comes at the end of careful business planning, either to start or grow a social enterprise so that the most appropriate form of capital and the best funding partners can be identified and engaged. There are also a number of other specialist intermediary organisations that provide specific advice, training and support for social enterprises in Victoria. These are listed in the accompanying resources to this video. They include those focused on regional and rural enterprise, those focused on helping early stage social enterprises, crowdfunding, and those who can provide legal advice and support. Also, as the social enterprise field is developing, we are seeing a growing number of small, for-profit consulting companies focused on for-purpose business. These operate on a fee-for-service basis. We are also seeing a growing number of academics and researchers at universities such as Swinburne, contributing to the development of the ecosystem through teaching programs and research designed to support social enterprise policy and practice. From this type of research we know that social enterprise practitioners who are already working in social enterprise have very rich knowledge. They provide a lot of informal support and help for people starting out in the ecosystem. However, if you are keen to get this type of advice, rather than making a direct request to a very busy social enterprise professional, we suggest joining the Social Enterprise Network in your state. In Victoria, that's the Victorian Social Enterprise Network, or CENVIC. The networks provide a point of connection for people in the social enterprise ecosystem to connect with and learn from others. They host regular get-togethers and events. A link to CENVIC and other states' networks can be found as part of the additional resources for this video. So, in summary, the social enterprise ecosystem is varied and complex. It's important for a social enterprise's success that their specific ecosystem is understood and monitored, as things change regularly. Why don't you have a go at exploring and mapping your ecosystem? Thanks for joining us. This video was produced by the Social Startup Studio, an initiative of the Centre for Social Impact at Swinburne University of Technology.